All right, guys, what's up? In today's video, we're gonna be recreating my old archery target. I've had it for about a year and a half now, but over time, since it's been outside in the weather, it's like decayed. So yeah, let's get into the video. All right. So for an archery target to be nice and have a stopping power, it has to be pretty compact. It has to be pretty dense. So what I'm gonna do in today's video is get a bunch of cardboard, put it in a cardboard box, and put some spray foam around it. And then we'll do, at the end of the video, we'll do some test shots with my compound bow. Alrighty. So these are the two materials that we're gonna be using today. The first one is some cardboard. Of course, this is not sufficient amount. We're gonna have to get a lot more cardboard than this. But we got this from a sofa that we got like months and months ago. And also we're gonna be using this called Great Stuff Gaps and Crack spray foam. And so basically what this is it's meant for plugging holes and stuff, and you spray it and then it expands. So what we're gonna do is use this to make it waterproof, because this stuff is pretty waterproof. It costs like $5 to $10 at Home Depot. Alrighty. Alrighty guys, so I just finished the first box. This is our box, and we need to cover this gap, so we're about halfway done, and we have to fill out this gap over here with some other, probably some foam or some old cardboard. And yeah, we are going to finish that up. Right, cue the time lapse. All right guys, this is the almost completed archery target. We have packed this thing almost to the brim. You can see there's a little bit of flex between the two, between some cardboard boxes. So what we're gonna do next is probably add some spray foam. I'm gonna think of a proper design. This was after, I think I spent around 40 minutes. Actually, no, not 40. It was probably around 30 minutes cutting all this cardboard. And as you can see from the time lapse, it was pretty easy, especially with a sharp knife. A sharp knife is actually really important because of this buddy, this guy. Nice. So this thing is, it's like a knockoff version of the Spyderco knife. And this thing is sharp, even after cutting so much cardboard. and this thing's done a bunch. So yeah, it's getting dark outside, so I'm gonna pick back up tomorrow. All right guys, it's a few days later from when I last recorded, and we are going to probably add some of the great stuff to the cardboard target to make it more durable. Right, so this is the target, and as you can see, there's some gaps here and there in between the cardboard pieces. So I think what I'm gonna do is add a bit of this great stuff, and then with that we're gonna hopefully make it nice and compact so it becomes like double the strength. And then we're gonna have to figure out a way to waterproof this thing. So yeah. Okay, so I did install a bunch of foam, and so basically what I did was I sprayed in between these cracks and stuff, and I sprayed near the corners too, because I want the corners to be relatively sturdy and firm. As you can see, this corner got some, and it goes all the way down, like all the way. This corner was looking fine. I didn't see any issues, although I should spray it. It probably would be a good idea. So every couple boards, I separated the boards, and then I sprayed in between, just like here and over here as well. And so yeah, I'm gonna figure out a way on how to make it waterproof. Hey guys, so an update is I was trying to think of ideas to waterproof, and I was thinking about adding this bag on top. And so this is just a normal leaf bag. I don't know how many gallons it is, but it's like the ones you find from Home Depot. And so what I did was I tried to fit the leaf bag onto this side of the archery target, but it wasn't fitting because the hole wasn't big enough. So what happened was, so along this line you can see how there's a rip right here, and the rip goes all the way down, and all the way there. So it now creates this like almost a square shaped bag. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put it on the bottom side, and you'll see how it'll look. Okay guys, so I've attached one half of the bag, and so basically what this bag does is it's along 3 faces of the cardboard box, and you can see here, hopefully you saw in the video just now, that I used a stapler to just staple this bag onto here all around the perimeter, and even on this like little flap. So it's also covering the bottom side, which is really good because there's no like worms that can come up from the ground or anything. I'm gonna go get another bag, and what we're gonna do is, instead of using the bottom side because of course this thing covers 4 faces, 1, 2, 3, and then 4th is the underside. So instead I'm gonna invert it and get the next bag to cover the top side and these 3 faces, so then it'll hopefully be fully covered, and then I'll staple everything up together. Chat, so I just came to a better idea. Instead of adding the second piece of plastic cover on first, what I should do is make this all level. As you can see, there's a bunch of ridges and stuff, and it's not an even top surface. So what I'm gonna do is cut through all here, and then make it even. And then what I'm gonna do after that is put a bunch of spray foam, like an inch thick layer of spray foam, like all around the top surface, so that, for instance, if I accidentally shoot the top, which is sometimes possible, if my arrow enters through the top of the plastic and it makes a hole so that rainwater can get through, then the rain has to go through a second layer, which is going to be this hardened spray foam. You guys, so this is the aftermath after using just one can of great stuff. I know it's not completely covered as how I wanted it to be, like completely, like no gaps or anything, but hopefully let's hope that it expands overnight. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up and then go inside, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, what's up guys? It's the next day and we're back at making the archery target. So here's the update. All right, so this is it after it cured overnight. It's pretty firm here. Of course, like in these gaps and stuff, it's gonna be a little weaker, but I mean, we did put some of this foam through the center, like in between the boards, so that should help out a bit. The movement, it's pretty stable. Like there's almost no flex. There's a really minimal flex, which is really good. So I think what I'm gonna do, it didn't cover up the entire thing as I wanted to, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world because we also have the plastic cover on top. So what I'm gonna do is demonstrate how we put on the plastic cover using just a normal trash bag and stapler. So here we have the trash bag, and this is the front opening. So what I did last time was I got one of the ends where the seam is, and then I cut it all the way down till that end, and then remember we put it and it covered 3 faces of the target. So that's what I'm gonna do just now. All right guys, so here we have it, the archery target fully covered with trash bags, and it should be pretty dang waterproof. Now what we're gonna do is, oh, one thing I wanted to mention was for the bottom, like down here, I can't find a way to get my stapler in, so I'm probably just gonna fold it over, fold like whatever excess, just tuck it under, and then the weight of the box will keep it contained. So it doesn't look like there's any holes or anything. Everything looks good. So yeah, this looks pretty dang good. So we're gonna do some test shots. I'm gonna make an little X in the center, and then I'm gonna shoot it with the bow, and let's see how it does. Okay boys, this is the bro. Okay, so this is the compound bow, and I only have one arrow. These other 2 arrows have broadheads on them. You can see these are hunting arrows. So we're about 10 yards away, so about 30 feet away from the target. And then we're gonna do a penetration test to see how much one arrow penetrates. Okay, so I drew on 2 X's. The middle one is good, and the left one is, I guess we'll not talk about that one. It looks fine. It just has to dry. So as of right now, I'm just gonna aim for the center, like above the target. Actually, I'll aim below, so in case I don't overshoot and hit the fence. So I'm gonna aim at the center of this center target, but just lower, like down here. And let's see where the shots hit. Okay, so nice. The target was angled a little bit away from me, so that's why I went in at an angle. But other than that, it does shoot pretty good. It does have a good stopping power, and I'm sure if I were to crank up the poundage on my bow or the power on my bow, then it would definitely stop that too. So overall, this was a freaking success, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. If you guys liked this video, then please be sure to hit subscribe and like. If you have any other recommendations for any other types of videos, then feel free to let me know in the comments below. And also let me know if you guys end up trying this type of archery target. It is pretty cost effective, but it just does take some time and a little bit of patience. But other than that, it was a great deal of fun, and I really enjoyed this video. So I'll catch you guys next time.